guys, what is up? Welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival, Lone Debater 7, and today we're going to be taking a look at spawning in our capital vessel and going to a new star system so we can hopefully get some Terrestrium and Zircosium. So, in between sessions-ish, kinda, or on a live stream, I went ahead and built this capital vehicle template, the ferry. Basically, it is designed to be able to warp us reasonably far. It doesn't have any shields or anything super fancy on it, but I should be able to put our ship on top of it and dock it, is my guess. So we're going to go ahead and try that because it's got this nice open area on top. It's relatively cheap. It doesn't cost any of the super expensive resources, so that's why I designed this one. I do have another capital vehicle design template that I want to use ultimately that has shields and all that stuff on it, but at this point I don't have access to Zircosium or Terrestrium, and I need both of those in order to build that one because of the shield generators and such. So not a big deal, we should be fine, but let's go ahead, bring in the ramps. Well, there we go, bring in the ramp before we take off. But there is a fridge, there's O2, there's food processor, small constructor, so we can build drill charges, which is going to be nice for us. We're going to go ahead, fill that with oxygen. And I think I'm still in Wi-Fi range. Yeah, I am. Cool. So let's also move some food over. I am just going to turn off the lights real quick. And I'm pretty sure the turrets are already set not to shoot at predators. But I do need to reapply that to the group. So there we go. There's that. Let's go into the logistics. And why isn't... oh, interesting. Okay, let's access this, and I need to grab some food to bring with us, so we'll bring a few of these. Oops, didn't mean to put that on the ground. Okay, fine. Those back. Okay, so I think we're pretty much ready to go. I do need to fuel up the pentaxid tank and the ammo. So there's the pentaxid, so we can warp. That should give us quite a bit of warp range. 100 for refined crystals. There's not shields either, so I mean, in all honesty, this should be pretty good. We've got about 20% fuel. We do need to fill some ammo, so it takes 30 mil and 15 mil. So before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's actually go and do that. Make some ammo for this, just because it does have some turrets to help kind of defend it in case we encounter drones or something while in orbit. Sorry, I was just checking my stream software real quick to make sure that it's actually recording. I got new, macro stuff set up, so I just, making sure that it's actually doing what it's supposed to, more or less. But let's go in here, go to capital vehicle. So we'll make 20 of those. And we also need 15 mil, I think that said. That won't actually build it. Interesting. Well, that sucks. So I guess we will use this instead. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and let all this craft, and once it does, we will come back. Alrighty guys, so we are back. We got 1600 autocannon rounds, 2000 15mm rounds. We're fueled up with pentaxid, oxygen, a little bit of fuel. So I think we're ready to go for the most part. Just gonna go in this, and our small vehicle is parked on top so we can warp with that attached and use that to kind of scout out the planet once we land. More or less, this capital vehicle is just going to be used to warp us to the system, and then we're probably going to land it on the planet just so it doesn't get destroyed in orbit, because orbit's kind of a little bit sketchy in Reforged Eden. But we will take a look. So here we are, back in orbit. Great, fantastic. Let's go ahead and take a look at the star map and see if we can find something good. So I do like having the territories turned on just so I can maybe avoid Xerax space. So we're in Xerax space obviously, but can maybe go out here. That is like a 30 light year jump. We do have, I want to say that we've got 100 light years worth of jump in our tank. We'll find out once we go, but we're going to go to the Decorasa system, I guess. Oh, I need 119 to go that far. Okay, we don't have enough pentaxid. That is a shame. Okay, fine. Let's see. That's 17, probably still too far. So we maybe don't want to jump super duper far, otherwise we're going to have to get pentaxid in order to return, which wouldn't be great. Actually, what we can do, go into the logistics, we might be able to pull the pentaxid out of this ship. Maybe not. Okay, fine. We will do something else then. Maybe like, that's 10-5. Like, we might be able to do that and go there and back. Let's try it anyway. So it's over this way. So we're gonna go to the Grenergo system, I guess. Try that out. See what we warp into. There's probably gonna be a fair amount of ships. Hopefully there's not like a frigate or a dreadnought or something waiting for us on the other side. Okay, great. Oh, we did hit level 23 for warping, I guess. We got some warpy points or whatever for that, so that's great. Let's take a look at this area. So, okay, a lot of moons, a couple asteroid belts. I do want the info panel so I can see what they've got. So this one has a Restrium. That's good. It has Sathium. Doesn't look like it has Zarcosium though, so maybe one of these has Restrium and Zarcosium would be amazing, but... So this asteroid field, the only downside of going here is that we're likely to get ambushed by marauders type stuff, so let's go to this moon, harvest up some pentaxid, and then we'll maybe do another warp to try to get to a system with Zarcosium and Restrium in it. So we're going to go to this moon, warp on over. Now this does burn some of our pentaxid, like we've used about half of it. So we should still be able to warp back to the home system without gathering anything. But my guess is we're going to have to do at least one more jump to another planetary system in order to actually find the resources we're looking for. So we will give this a try, see what we find at the moon. There might actually be something here. So we found a pentaxid asteroid straight away. It's probably being protected, but we can fly over and see. I mean, I don't really see any Xerax on the radar, but we are still a little ways away from this asteroid, so when we move closer we might find them. There is a moon in this sector we could go down to, which is right over there. So that, I mean, it kind of looks like a lava planet, which normally lava planets have Zarcosium and Restrium on them. So I just want to check out this asteroid and see if we're going to be able to mine it without getting shot to hell, more or less. But if we can, we might mine some pentaxid off of this before we go down to the moon. It does depend a little bit, so... Alright, Laser Sentinel. Great. I mean, our turrets are shooting them pretty good. Great. We did okay against that, actually. I do honestly want to fly up there and loot him, because my guess is he's got some pretty good stuff. And there's an interdictor right there, so fine. This is why you want to put turrets on capital vehicles when you build them, because if you don't, you will get shot out of the sky pretty much immediately. Now this interdictor is shooting at us as opposed to the ship, which is kind of good. But let's hop back inside. Mainly because we're getting cold. Come on. Oh, we don't have a gravity gen on here. I forgot about that. What I can do before we fly, so as you can see we did take a little bit of damage here. We can repair this up. Before we get shot up too much. So I don't think this asteroid is really worth the trouble, in all honesty. There's now 3 dudes after us instead of just 1. And this is just built out of regular steel, not combat steel, so it's not like we have a ton of defensive capability. So I think we're just going to go land on the moon real quick and kind of see what's out there. I mean, the turrets are shooting, so that's good, but also these drones are super annoying, so I just used some afterburner to kind of like outrun them. I forget how fast you have to go, but it is a little bit faster than 100 meters a second in order to outrun the drone, so it seems like we were able to get away, which is good. I'm just pinging the radar as we kind of do this so I can see if there's, you know, random stuff we might want to check out, but there's some legacy wreckage stuff around, which is cool. Neodymium silo, interesting. I didn't even know that was a thing. Cool. Let's just check real fast. What do they have on this planet? So, copper, promethium, sathium, and neo. Alright, well, depending on what this deposit is. So it's promethium, which honestly might be a good thing to pick up while we're out here, because we need promethium to make drill charges. So I think we will go and try to harvest some of this while we're here. But unfortunately no Erestrium or Zarcosium, so we are going to need to warp again. So we need more pentaxid. I would love to be able to mine out that asteroid. I really would, but I just don't think this capital vehicle is up for 4 or 5 drones shooting it the whole time. So there is that problem potentially. But let's go ahead, land, get back in, and we'll turn off the thrusters. We'll leave our turrets turned on, I think, just so they can kind of cover us while we go and harvest this stuff out. But I do want to try to repair some of these damage blocks a little bit. Because I'm sure we'll get shot up a little bit when we go back out. Something I should have done before we left is save a template. Now, I think it saves a template when you first spawn in the vehicle, so it's probably okay anyway, but just in case. Well, that was dumb. I forgot to extend the ramp. Oh, the ramp's gone. Fun stuff. Okay, well, that'll make getting back in there a challenge, but whatever. Let's go ahead and... Where is that deposit? It's right here. Okay. So it is cold here, but we do have our portable heater. So just place that. That'll do us pretty good. Since we have a radiation booster, we're not in too much danger as far as radiation is concerned. I do just want to check the keybinds on my drone. Really? Is that not enough to keep us comfortable? That sucks, because now we have frostbite, which I think is a little bit harder to deal with. Alright. Oh, I need to turn my jetpack back on.
So close.
Oh, come on, please. Let us in. I mean, I can't always just, like, retrieve one of these blocks and just break the wall and do it that way, I guess, so... Might be a little easier. Okay. There we go. Okay. And we'll replace that in a minute. Just so it... hopefully will fix this. Now, the frostbite is an issue because I don't have any meds on me, really. So we're probably going to end up dying here. But... yeah, because I'm not going to have a way to fix this, because I doubt that a health pack will cure that. So, like, antibiotic ointment or trauma kit is the only things that'll do that. So we'll just perish real quick. We'll just spawn back inside the ship, which I think should be an option on our respawn list. But that is a shame. I mean, I had the little heater thing out there, so normally that is enough to fix the cold stuff, but apparently not. Okay, so we're gonna have to do fresh start, or current location, not fresh start, and try to run our way back over to the ship. And now, since I replaced that block, we are in a tricky spot, kinda. So they did blow out quite a bit of the underside of our ship here. It's kind of what it looks like, but I will just hop in this ship instead. And use this to keep us warm, I suppose. So why though? Why is that happening? Like, you're supposed to be able to sustain heat inside of a ship. Okay, well, apparently this planet just is terrible, so we're gonna end up dying again. Which is kind of annoying, but what are you gonna do, right? It would be nice to get our multi-tool before we perish, though. Yes, okay, we made it. Great. Just so I can remove this block, so getting back inside will be a little easier. There we go. Okay. And I guess I can just chill down here and let our bag kind of do some stuff for us. But yeah, so they did blow a hole in the bottom of our ship, which isn't ideal. So I might go to a trade station to try to repair this a little bit, just so there is a little bit more like armor, more or less, because now they can actually hit our warp drive, pentaxid tank, generators, all the stuff that actually kind of matters a little bit. So before we die, I'm just kind of repairing stuff a little bit on the sides here, that way we don't lose all of our turrets and everything. But yeah, we are going to die of frostbite, so there we go. That's done. Great. So I am just going to leave this planet because, yeah, it's terrible here. For whatever reason, having a sealed ship, which we have, is not keeping our heat steady, which is odd because it's supposed to. But whatever. Guess that's just the way it is. But let's go grab our bag. And I am just going to fly straight inside of here. Well, I was hoping to fly straight inside so we could maybe get this block placed fast enough. Place, sit inside, and we are leaving this hellhole. What? Why is oxygen turned off? That is what the issue is. That's why we are cold. Oh, I have the thrusters turned off. That would make sense why it's not flying. Okay, well, forget the promethium, it's not worth it. Let's just go ahead and try to warp again. Now, I think you can set the warp coordinates before you actually enter orbit. And I mean, really, we need some pentaxid that's on like a regular planet. So I thought M systems were supposed to be kinda nice. So we've got 56 AU. Hopefully that is enough to warp to this system we just marked. I think it will be. It doesn't appear to be all that far away, but we'll try that. And see, and who knows, maybe we'll get lucky and it'll actually have the resources we're looking for. But it did appear to clear out our waypoint. Great. I think we're going here. Oh, that's 18 light years. That's way too far. Oh, damn it. We're getting shot. Let's see if we can outrun these guys. Doesn't really look like it. Why are my turrets not firing? Oh my god, there's so many of them. Am I really out of ammo already? That's crazy. Can I warp to this? Oh, I can. Cool. Oh, shoot. Okay, you can't warp while under fire. I forgot about that. That is something in the more recent version. So, 7 more seconds, then we can go. That was night vision. Sorry about that. Really? That is so dumb. I really don't want to lose this capital vehicle if we can help it. But I honestly don't know what to do here. Because my turrets aren't shooting anymore. Great. Why? Why are there so many? Jeez. Okay, well now we've lost an engine, so we're really going to be struggling. But apparently my turrets have decided they're not going to, help us, so that is fun. Maybe what we'll do is we'll fly down to the planet and try to, like, fly around it to a different spot, and maybe then we can, go into orbit without getting shot to hell. But this may have been a mistake to come to this moon, or this system, because there are some pretty strong enemies around here. But, oh well, that's how it goes. I am trying to get out of Xerax territory, which we are right now, I suppose. And let me look. Well, it says that I have ammo, so why aren't my turrets doing their thing? Weird. Let's just land for a second and kind of like assess the damage. Like, it would be good to maybe repair some of these thrusters. Well, let's get our hotbar reset up, I guess. Might be a good first step. We are in retrieve mode. So shields might have been a good call, honestly. I wouldn't have been able to build the template because shields take Zircosium or Restrium, which I don't have and don't have access to, but also might have been worth waiting, honestly. I don't think O2 is turned on. No, it is. So this should stabilize us? Nope. Apparently not. Great, we're gonna die again. I do want to try to repair some of these thrusters. I just don't understand why those turrets aren't shooting. Like, they didn't shoot anything. They've got full ammo, so kind of like, what's going on? But Frostbite will take us because I don't have the med to fix it. And even if I did, it's probably not even worth spending it at this point, just because we can't really be out on this moon. Our armor's not good enough. Like, if I had an EVA boost or a thermal insulation boost, one of those two, we'd be fine, but I don't have either at this point. So, yeah, we're kind of just stuck dying when we go to cold places like this. Which I'm kind of surprised it's cold, honestly. But it is, so yay. Oh, whoops. Not what I wanted to do. I think we've got most of these repaired. But it probably is going to be helpful for us to repair most of this stuff. So we're going to run back over here so we can, you know, like jump straight in after grabbing our bag. But yeah, so this is what space travel is like in this Reforged Eden mod pack. It's super dangerous. I mean, basically we're pinned down on this planet because we can't get up into orbit before getting shot, and if you're in combat you can't warp. So for whatever reason our turrets aren't attacking stuff, which is odd because they should be. They should be at least shooting back at the drones. Like, maybe they can't kill the drones, but anyway. So let me just grab this steel block because we're going to want to put it back in after we enter the ship. Cool, there's that. Hop into the seat. And we are back to being at normal temperatures, so the hypothermia will go away. It'll just take a little bit. While we are waiting, I am just going to reset my hotbar, so it is good to go. Okay, good enough. Let's see. So that's the Promethium, which I know that they're right above that, more or less. So let's kind of fly in the direction of where our base actually is. And basically with that, we'll try to enter orbit maybe above where this unknown signal is and see if hopefully the drones aren't nearby, so we can just warp right away. So we can warp back to our base without having to pin anything on the map first. So I think that's what we're going to end up doing, so I can gather a little bit more pentaxid before we try to warp again. But yeah, anyway, if you're going to be making warps to new star systems, just be prepared for a bunch of drones and not being able to deal with them, more or less, because that is exactly what happened to us. Now, alright, we're going to try to ascend into orbit. We are pointing pretty much right at the base, so once we get there, we should be pretty close to top speed. Hopefully we will be able to warp right away. Okay, warp. Cool. Alright, we got out. We have 14 AUs worth of pentaxid left in the tank, so not a lot. We burned through basically 100 pentaxid, which kind of sucks, but we will go ahead and gather some more. That way we can deal with everything else. But we are in orbit around our home system, so we could go to maybe one of these other moons. So like, both of these moons claim to have a lot of pentaxid, so maybe we can go to one of those and gather a little bit before we return back to base. But anyway, guys, I mainly wanted to show you spawning in the capital vessel and kind of warping to a new star system because it's the first jump in this series. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to like, comment, subscribe as always, and until next time, this has been LonDebater7, and we will see ya.